Okay, Nipa. So here, from here, if you click on that team backlog, can you see that menu over there? Team backlog on the left hand side of team backlog tab on top. Yeah. Click on this, and then you go to. Can you see the quality tab here? We have requirements backlog, team backlog, and quality tab, right? Click on test here. Okay, so this is your testing tab. So the problem here, right, with you do not have enough permission to write test cases and stuff. So let me give you that permission. Give me 1 second. I'm going there to give you permission. Okay, so I'm going from my end, and from the settings, spaces, and then I'll have to give you permission here. Users, and your email is this. So you are simply a viewer, so that's why you are not able to write test cases. So I'm going to make you a tester. I'm going to give you all the permissions so that you can write your test cases, and then going to save it. How is my save button? Yeah, now if you refresh your browser, right? Nahid bhai, can you hear us? Okay, sounds good. So after refreshing, now you go to the testing tab again. Okay, actually, it seems like you will have to. Oh, now can you see you have that manual test? Can you see plus manual test? Now you can add test case, right? Click on that manual test icon. Okay. Now let's say you want to write it. Do you have a test case in mind that you want to write? Write a test. Yeah, write a test case on qaquestions.org. Okay. Okay, login with that login, right? Put whatever test case name you are writing on the right hand side. Put your name so that I know that you have written this.
Name? Do I put the name of the website?
No, you put the test case name here.
Okay. So if I was to test QA, what was the website?
qaquestions.org. So let me.
Gosh, my phone is still kind of slow.
Yeah, so your memory, right? You saw that probably after opening these browsers, it might be now. The site is pretty faster from my end, so because of your CPU and other stuff, right? It will take that long. Now, so after you go to that website, right? Click on Contact Us menu. Actually, hover on Contact Us, and you will get the login feature. Okay. Yeah, click on that login. So let me give you a test user. Auto1, username auto1, auto1, and then password test1234 at the rate, all lowercase. Okay, so when you log in, what do you see? You see login successful, right? Let's say you are writing a test case, positive test case for that functionality, to verify that functionality. Now, before you write the test case, can you tell me, like, when you write your test case, do you see the website and write your test case, or you see something else and write your test case?
Um, if it's a positive test, then
Mhm.
I would like click on each module and oh no, actually, I look at the requirement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Yeah,
what's wrong.
yeah, yeah. You look at the requirement and then you write your test case. Yeah, that is correct. You do not look at the application. In this case, we do not have the requirement here. So we are kind of writing our test case on exploratory style, right? So that's why you are looking at the application. Okay, go ahead and write your test case in the quality tab there.
For name, I can say login. Can I just write just login?
Put your name by putting a dash. Put your name. Then I know that you have written this test case. When you execute, you can execute this.
I should just write, estimated duration.
You can put an like how long will it take for the execution, right? Let's say it will take 2 minutes. Hmm. And then backlog coverage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably we do not have a backlog to provide here, or if you type for a backlog, right? Let's say if you search, okay, login, type login and search. So let's say that this defect, right? Not this. If you scroll down, see these are defect. Can you see the word D? So these are,
Mm-hmm.
we are not going to associate this defect. Let's see if we have a requirement. Can you see login feature? Can you see login feature? This is a US means user story.
Okay.
So this is the requirement, right? You can associate this requirement. Yeah, this is a login feature here. Click OK. So this is the backlog that you are associating, and then application module. You understand what is the backlog coverage?
No, actually, no.
Who can explain what is that? Like when we are putting now this estimated estimated duration, you put okay. This is backlog, right? So this backlog, guys, can anyone tell? Can anyone tell what is this backlog coverage? When you are writing test case, right? You are associating this backlog coverage. What is that backlog coverage?
Now, which backlog, like the number, or there should be some reference number or backlog points. We are writing from that backlog points or number.
It's not clear to me. Nabed, are you in the call?
Yes,
Okay. So can you tell me something about, okay, when we are doing writing this test case, right? We are trying to associate a backlog with it. What is that backlog here? I think we had a good discussion last week.
Like in this sprint, we're gonna give some this backlog.
Backlog
Like
is
the user stories.
something in the user story, main feature of the test case.
Okay. So what is happening? Yeah, you are both of you are partially right. So what is happening here, Nipa, for your understanding? So when you are writing test case, right? You have a requirement, correct? For even for login functionality, you have a requirement. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, in this, like this ALM Octane is designed in a way so that we follow agile Scrum methodology. You got it? It's like it is designed in a way, kind of um, it is more feasible for agile Scrum development methodology. Now, in agile Scrum methodology, right? What happens? The requirements, the requirement analyst, right, or business analyst, they collect the requirements. We all know that, right, from the business. Who collects the software requirements?
BA or the
Yeah,
product
right.
owner.
Yeah, BA, product owner, right? BA, product owner. Sometimes Scrum Master, even Scrum Master collect the requirements. Now, what is the purpose of collecting these requirements, Nipa? Can you answer that?
So we know what their expectations are, how they want the website to be built.
Yeah, how they want the software or website to be built. Now, so they gather these requirements, they prepare the document, BRD, business requirement document, right? Now, in agile scrum, right, from these requirements, right, they groom these requirements to make them suitable for development, right? They do further processing of this requirement. That is what we are calling backlog. Itemize the requirement, right? They itemize the requirements, and like let's say they make these requirements, right? They itemize, process it, and make it as backlog. And then following this backlog, like this backlog, sometimes we call it user story, sometimes we call it epic, right? So these are processed requirements. When the developers do the development, right, these are the requirements, these are the processed requirements that is developed in a way so that the developers can easily understand them, the developers can easily do their development from these requirements. Now, from your requirement you have collected, do this, hold on. Okay, when this one comes again, let's wait, I'll tell you what to do. So from this requirement, they process these requirements. After processing, these requirements are more suitable for development, and then we are calling them backlog. And this backlog here, we are associating one of the backlog to a particular test case. Now, when we are associating a backlog to a particular test case, we are associating, okay, where it was described about login, that particular user story, we are associating with the login test case. Does it make sense now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so now application modules, we do not have a modules at this point, right? You can write a description. You can put description like, okay, positive login. Positive login.
And add.
Positive login. Yeah, that's fine. And then click add and edit.
Oh, shoot. I accidentally clicked just
That's
add.
that's fine. You can here you can click on that 4001, and you will be able to edit it. Okay, now you already have written test cases on Microsoft Word, right? By using table. So here in this particular case, right, remember when you write your test case in Microsoft Word using table, what do you have? Step nong, and then step description or action, right? And then you have expected output, and then you have actual output, and then you have your pass fail criteria, right?
Yes.
When you write your test case in Microsoft Word, can you okay, actually you okay, so I do not want you to open Microsoft Word because it will further slowing down your PC. So when you write your test case in Microsoft Word, what are the columns? Tell me the column names.
So the first one is oh gosh, I have to look at it. I think it's expected output, actual output. No. That's one of the columns.
Okay, do you have a test case in your computer that you have written previously?
Not on this one. I have it on my Mac.
On your Mac. Okay, so So here, if you want to take a look a particular test case, right? I would, before you write it here, it will be very beneficiary if you look at your um, test cases that you have written in Word document, because otherwise it might make uh, it might not make a lot of sense to you. So what I'm going to do, you can access your email, right?
Mhm.
Let me send you a test case real quick so that you can take a look. One second. I'll send Nabed's test case to you. So it seems like we have one more week on this tool. Just want to make sure that you have gathered as much information as possible from this one before it expires.
Actually ওরা আমাকে ইমেল করছিল কি প্রথম
Okay, let's speak about it after we have done the discussion with her, Nabed. Is that okay? Nabed, can you hear me? Nabed, are you there in the call? We cannot hear you, Nabed. Can you can you refresh again? Hold on here. Hold on here. Can you see the keep the color current color scheme? Do not show this message again. Yeah, click on this. Okay. Now, if you go to your email tab and if you refresh again, do a refresh. Something is not right. It is showing in your. So it is still not there, right?
I think the first column is test scenario, and then
So
what there's
when you write the table, right, in the table your first thing is serial now, and can you see the one at the left hand side? This is what your, and then your action, right? So can you see add step? So and then yeah, if you click add step, right, you already when you open, yeah, now you have, yeah, click on add step. Yeah, so this is your action. So what is your action? So when you write your test case, what will be your action?
click on login.
No, not click on login. Not
Go to
click
the
on.
website.
Yeah, open browser and navigate to. Navigate to what?
To the website.
Hold on, hold on. Open browser and navigate to www.qaquestions.com, right? And then remove that, click on login. Okay, so I would first write this test case in Word, and then I will be writing it here. Go to your email again and click on your. Can you see the 9 dot on the right hand side? Click on that 9 dots. Yeah, it's there, right? Now open that. I think the email is there. The email is already there.
Oh.
Click on that email, and then yeah, just open this document. Okay, see that. Okay, if you look at the table, right, what do you have? Look at the table column header. What do you have in?
First
Mm-hmm.
step,
Mm-hmm.
and then action and description,
Mm-hmm.
then expected result,
Mm-hmm.
then the actual result,
Mm-hmm.
defect, and
Pass fail.
pass fail.
Now you understand. Can you see what do you have in the action?
Yes. Navigate to the website.
And then what do you have in your expected result?
Website will load it and
Logo will display. So basically, Nipa, what is happening here? When you write a test case, this is, remember this, the primary or core purpose you are attending this class here is you will be able to write test case. Remember, if you work as a tester, right, if you work as a tester, this is your primary job, to write test case, understand requirements, write test case, execute test case, and report defect. Okay, if you work as a tester, this is your core job. What is your core job? Number one, understand requirements. From the requirements you are able to write logical test cases, you are able to execute those test cases when required, and then you are able to report defect, right? This is your core job, and for this one you will have to be able to write test case. You will be able, like, you will have to have that capability to understand requirements, right? So for this purpose, that is why it is very important. I wanted you to look at this test case. I'm not sure if you have written test cases previously, but this is the bread and butter. This is the bread and butter of testing, right? So here your action, where you provide your action, and in your expected result, right, because of the action, what are you expecting to see? Like, navigate to this new tools demoiot.com, right? And then if you navigate, what will happen? Website will be loaded, Mercury Tools logo will be displayed, right? Then like this. Okay, then click on hover your cursor on contact us menu, right? Like this, you will have to write your test case. Now you go back there in the test case. Yeah, so hold on here. This is your step. Open browser and navigate to www.qaquestions.org. It is not com website, it is a org website. Put a, instead of com, put org. So this is your step, right, Nipa? Now you will have to write, okay, what is your expectation from this test case? Is that correct? So to do that, in this particular tool, you will have to add a validation step. Can you see add validation step? Okay, so, and then what is your expectation when you navigate to this browser, when you and open qaquestions.org, right? What is your expectation?
browser will
actually the browser will open. No, not like this. You say the web page will be loaded. The web page will be loaded. Web page will be loaded, and QA questions logo will be displayed on the upper left corner of the website. Corner of the website. Okay, that's fine. Now, so you have provided an action, you have provided an expected output, right? That's very good. Now, what is the next step? You have to write another action, right? Okay, so to do that, now you'll have to click on add step one more time. Click on add step. Okay, now what is your next step for login?
I have to click on the login button.
So before you even log in or click on login button, what, like if you go to the website, right? What are the things you have to do?
First, for this one, I would have to go to contact us.
Yeah, you will have to hover on contact us menu item, right? So contact us menu. So yeah, do that in your test step. Write that. As menu. And then because you have taken that step, what is your expectation? Add a validation step.
The contact us menu will be displayed.
Yeah, that's fine. The contact us menu items will be displayed, or you can say the login menu item will be displayed. Okay, login menu item will be, login menu item is just one item, so remove that S. And then you have done another step. What is your next add step, right? You click on add step again, and then what is your next step forward, moving forward? Click on login menu item. Will appear. Okay, next step, input a valid username. Actually, hold on, input a valid username, just put up to that. So here, what is your expectation after you have input the username, valid username? What is your expectation? Yeah, click on login again. Okay, so after you have input a valid username, what is your expectation?
The username will display.
Yeah, that is what the username will be displayed in the text box. Okay, keep Nabed and Nahid bhai, if you can uh, take a look. I'm just going down to bring a little bit water. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, let me take a look, Nipa, what you have written. So you have written input a valid username, right? Username will be displayed in the text box. Input a valid password. The password will be displayed as encrypted. You can say instead of but. Yeah, looks good.
What was the pass? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
1, 2, 3, 4. Test 1, 2, 3, 4 at the rate.
Oh.
Okay, so the page will be click on login. The page will login successful. You can say simply the login successful message will be displayed. Right, login successful message will be displayed, and then okay,
I think do from here. Yeah, I got the idea.
you got the idea. Okay, so now uh, this is your test case, right? You have written your test case. Next step here, click on the save button. Okay, so the next thing here is the execution. Okay, the next thing here is the execution. Now if you go back to your go back one step, yeah, go back, go back, and then can you see you have written your test case, right? Login, and then can you see user, there is another test case probably somewhere. Actually, no. Let's say that all the way down, go all the way down. Let me see if there is a test case here for this QA questions user registration. Naved, have you written any test case regarding QA questions user registration?
Yes, Tanubhai.
Which one is
I
that?
think is one is a contractors. I did. Let me check my page.
Is it this right here? Or is this Q navigate?
Negative login, this one.
Oh, this thing.
QA homepage, QA. Let's see my one. Yeah.
Okay. So if you scroll all the way down, Nipa, if you scroll all the way down, can you see
I think 3007.
3007? This is negative login, right?
Negative one. I don't have.
Hold on here. So QA homepage validation, header menu bar, navigate tours, navigate new tours, homepage verify user registration. Can you see verify user registration? If you click on that, what do you see? 2010. Yeah, click on that. Now we have, oh, this is only for yeah, this is the test case, right?
Yes, right.
For user registration.
User
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So Nipa, so what is happening here is this is the test case for user registration. Now go back. One thing you will have to correct there, go there, open this test case again.
2010.
Okay, so here can you see it is showing an error message here, 2008 call Nabedoan homepage. This test case is no longer there, right? So here instead of, so for opening application he has included another test case that is not appropriate in this case. You will have to write these steps here. Can you correct this step here, like instead of 2008, okay, open browser and navigate to
QAcorrection.org.
yeah.
So I also sent a message to you, Tanubhai, regarding the software, like but they don't allow to permission.
They do not allow permission.
No, and then they send me another email,
Uh-huh.
and I sent it to back again. Let me see the another email I get. I am recording out of you about your contract me from requesting access to our ALM software.
Uh-huh.
Is this on behalf of a client of yours or for your personal education use? So I reply,
Uh-huh.
yes, for my personal learning purpose. So and then I don't receive anything.
So you said personal education purpose.
Yes, learning purpose.
Okay, so learning purpose. Now I am we'll take a look at this email and let's go from there. I'll take a look at this email. Let me quickly finish with this. Open browser and navigate to Q questions, and website will be loaded. Q questions logo will be displayed in the upper left hand corner. Okay, that looks good, right? Now save this step, and then
Also this has happened to me. Some of time I've written test case and I save it, but when I try to figure out, I don't find the test case, and then that's why probably the call step I call, and then there is a no test case, and then it's probably the software problem.
No, I think that particular test case we have removed.
Okay.
That's why you don't see that test case here. Save it and then go back, Nipa. Now Nipa, you tell me, like, Sorry, I am targeting you to ask question this time because I want to make sure that a few things that you understood clearly. Can you tell me, okay, what is the purpose of this test case that you have written?
Um, so the person who's doing the testing is to walk them through how the website might work and see if the website is working as per the requirements.
Right. So one thing here, you have written this test case so that once the application is developed, once the developers will be done with the development, they will be putting this code in the which environment?
On the dev environment.
They will be doing the development in the dev environment. They will be doing their development in the dev environment when they do the development, but when you need to test it, right, when their development is done, when they are done with their unit testing, right, then they will ask you to test this code, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have a configuration team in your, like if you work in a medium or bigger organization, there is another team, deployment team. We sometimes call them deployment team, we sometimes call them ops team, okay, sometimes we call them configuration team. There are few folks in a team who does this configuration or deployment work. They will take the code package from the developers and they will deploy this code in the QA test environment, QA environment, or sometimes we call it test environment, right?
Okay.
Where you will have access to the functionality.
Yeah.
Where as a tester, if you work as a tester, you will have access to this functionality so that you can test it. You got it? So
Mm-hmm.
once the code is in the QA environment, the QA tester, you and your colleagues, they will be testing, right? When they will be doing the testing, what is their basis of testing? Basis of testing is this test cases, right?
Mm-hmm.
You will be executing these test cases for to verify the functionality. Now you have already written two functionalities. One is login, and your colleague has written another functionality, user registration, right? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now
Mm-hmm.
you have selected that verify user registration functionality, and if you scroll up, can you make sure that the login test case has also been selected? Yeah, make sure that the login test case that you have written is selected. Now you have selected these two particular test case, right? Now if you click on run, can you see the run button? So let's say the application is now developed, it is in the test environment. So now you are going to test it. Put a run name.
What could be a valid
Let's say
run?
user, you give a name, user registration and login, user registration and login features testing, features testing, FEA, features testing. And then if you select a sprint, I think we are in the sprint 1, the whole February will remain in sprint 1. And then I think we don't have a milestone, but select an environment. So which one is your environment? QA environment. Okay. And then click on let's run. Okay. Now here, right, which test case you are seeing? User registration. You we, first of all, you will be registering a user, and then you will be using that user to log in, right? Now
Mm-hmm.
what is the open browser and navigate to QA questions dot org. Actually it is not com, it will be org, but that's fine. Now when you open you open another browser and you open the application and see if the application is being loaded, and if you see the QA questions logo, keep this and open another browser tab somewhere. Yeah, it is there already, right? So you just remove this login and go to the website. Okay, so the website loaded, the QA questions logo displayed in the upper left corner, right? Okay, now go to your execution window. And then can you see pass fail? You select pass fail here. Passed. This is manual execution. What is the next step? Hover mouse pointer on contact us menu item, right? And when you hover, what will happen? Normally at work, right? At work, you will have multiple monitor. In one monitor, you keep this application. In another monitor, you keep this execution steps, and you do it gradually. So here hover mouse pointer contact us menu item, login, register, about the author, and test feedback menu items will be displayed. You already have seen that those steps displayed, right? Okay.
So I got the idea on how to do this. If you want, you can move on to maybe whatever you had planned.
Yeah, we have one more thing that I will have to show you. There is a defect reporting, so that feature you will have to do that. So I want to make sure that, as I said, this tool, right, I only have a week. I'm not sure like if I will be able to register or get another trial or anything. So I have to make sure that everyone is fully focused on it, and this process, everyone is fully aware, like these few key things: execution, writing test cases, writing defects, right? Everyone is okay with that. So yeah, please go ahead with the steps. So if you quickly register a user, right? Quickly do a registration if you want, and then you can pass all of these steps, and then we'll report a defect, and then we'll be done. So here user registration page will be loaded. Is the user registration page loaded? Contact us. Yeah, click on register. Okay, the user registration page is loaded. Now uh, go there, mark the step as passed, and then what is the next step?
Input the name inside the text box.
Put a name, and you can input all of the information, and then mark the steps, pass or fail. Yeah, put a username. Put test at gmail.com. Put a contact number 1234. Click submit. Okay, so when you have clicked submit, right, so what do you see? Your registration is successful, right? Okay, now go there. Can you see all of these session value, logged in, right? All of these things, different things appears. Like if you go back to the application, can you see session value, logged in, global value, session value, all of this junk coming here, right? So these are not good. After you have submitted, it should only say, okay, registration is successful, right? But you are seeing a lot of other value that that was not expected. So let's say that, okay, this is not expected, you are going to report a defect, right? So whatever step passed, yeah, pass them, and at the final stage we will be reporting a defect here. Passed. Keep going.
Password.
Yeah, this is passed. Input is already password. Yeah, keep going. Password passed, and then final step we will be making it fail. So when you have clicked submit, right, then registration successful, but you are failing this. Why you are failing? What actually happened? Write a little bit text here. What actually happened?
Um,
So write here a little bit. You know, we when I submitted registration, I saw session value. I saw some unexpected text in the page. When I submitted the when I submitted the registration, I saw unexpected text in the page. XEXPE, yeah, unexpected text in the page, right? And then can you see there is an attachment, and then if you, yeah, no, go down on the fail icon, right? Besides the fail icon, the fail icon, can you see the fail icon? Can you see attachment?
right here.
Not here, all the way where you have the fail, right? Yeah, not this, the middle there is a, yeah, can you see add defect? Click on add defect. Click on add defect. It will bring another. Okay, now, okay, defect name, right? Okay, so here you say unexpected text after registrations, name of the defect, unexpected text after registration submit, text after registration okay, so registration submit. Okay, then what is the backlog here? Right, if you click on backlog, yeah, click on backlog, and then search for type registration, right, and press search. I think we do not have a backlog regarding registration. That's fine. Can you see severity? Remember, these are the functionality is working, but few text you are seeing, right? So you say hi, because can you see that your username, password, everything is being displayed here? This is a security. Actually, you can say critical. Your username, whatever username, password you have input, it is displaying the information, right? So this is a critical bug. Okay, and then defect type. Can you see defect type here? It is in pre-released, yeah. And then defect description, right? So here, can you see the add and edit button? Add and edit on the, yeah, click add and edit. Okay, okay, actually you can, yeah, hold on here, description, right? In the description, right, remember, when you report a defect, for everyone, when you report a defect, it is important what you are going to report. First of all, you will have to provide a summary. you will have to provide a summary. What happened today? You cannot hear it? Okay, let me help you here. So you have when you report a defect, right? Sometimes it is a very good interview question. They'll be asking you, okay, what do you report in a defect? So first thing, you'll have to provide a summary here, right? Okay, summary. The word summary, and put colon, right? After the web page displayed unexpected text after the submission of registration.
The web page displayed
Unexpected text okay. So you have written, okay, after the after the after the after the submission, after I have submitted registration, right? After I have submitted registration, I have submitted registration. Yeah, put comma and then put the web page displayed unexpected text. The web page displayed unexpected text. Okay, this is the summary, right? Displayed unexpected text. Okay, this is the summary. Now after that you put enter. So what was your expected output? So put another heading here, expected output. Expected output, and put a colon. Output, put a colon. Here you write. So remember this this summary. You have a summary paragraph, and then you have an expected output. So expected output was, you say the expected output was, it will display registration successful message. Output was, it will display registration successful message. Full message. Okay, and then go to next line. You add, okay, what is the actual output? Press enter and go to the next line. Actual output. Put colon. So what have you seen? So the web page displayed the web page displayed web page displayed users users email, users password, right? The web page displayed web page users email, users password, along with other unnecessary text, along with other unnecessary text. If you right click, it will correct. Right click on that unnecessary. Yeah, it will correct it. Unnecessary text. Okay, text. So you have provided summary, expected output, actual output, and now after that you say the following message was displayed. Or you can say, please look at the screenshot below for details. Please look at the screenshot below for more details. more details. And then take your snipping tool and take a screenshot of what message you have received. You can minimize this execution bug window and take your snipping tool. Yeah, up to this is fine. So you highlight this unnecessary thing, highlight this by taking the highlighting tool. This highlight whatever you found unnecessary. Okay, now you go to your defect window.
Do you have to save it?
No, you do not have to save it. Go to your defect window. Okay, and then press enter after the last line. And press press enter. Press Ctrl V here. Ctrl V, yeah. So the screenshot is there. And then the last thing, can you see task to regenerate, right? Can you see, go scroll a little bit down. So now you have to provide what user will have to do if they want to recreate this issue, right? What the user will have to do. In the task to, can you see task to generate, right?
Yeah.
There is a, here. Now you list the step the user will have to perform if they want to recreate the issue. Okay, put number one. Number one, open application and navigate to the qaquestions.org website. qaquestions.org website. Number two, click on register menu item. Click on register menu item. Enter. Number three, input all of the user registration information. Input all of the user registration information. And then number four, click submit. That's all they need to do if they want to recreate, right? Okay, now your bug part is done. Can you see, click add. Okay, and then the bug will be added there, right? Now your first test case is done. Go to the next test case. And then you saw previously you have tested the login, all of the login feature. You saw that login is working, right? So you mark all of this as pass. Okay, and that's all. Your execution is done, right? Can you see the stop yellow stop button? Yeah, click on that. Okay, now if you go back to your tool and if you go there, let's say if go to remain there, in the same page. Click on your test case login all the way up. Which one is your test case that you have written? Login NIPA.
It's not there anymore.
It will be there all the way, I think, all the way down. Yeah, click on this test case. Click on this login test case on the left hand side. Yeah, the 4001 number. right? This is your test case. Now can you see the runs window? Can you see the runs button? Yeah,
Yes.
click on this. Now can you see you have executed this? When? Can you see started? There is a timestamp when you have executed this,
Yeah.
right? And then can you see, like, if you click on that 5001, can you see all the execution step that you did? Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go back. Go to the other test case that you have executed. Go back. So what is the other test case that you have executed?
Registration.
User registration, I think. Yeah, click on that. Again, go to the runs tab. Runs, yeah, this runs tab. Now can you see this? Yeah, failed, right? Click on that 5002. Now can you see all the steps those you have executed? If you scroll down, can you see you have a defect as well on this one? Or if you scroll all the way up, can you see one defect? Click on that defect. Can you see 5001 defect? Click on that. So this is basically your defect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense, like how the execution, how all of these features work?
Yes.
Okay, so if you go back to the main window, right, go back one more step, now here if you see, can you see there is a defects tab? Defects tab. Now here you will see all the defects those we have so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does so basically, right, so if I ask you, hey Nipa, can you explain what you did so far? How will you explain it?
So let's say I wrote a test case and I executed the test case and I reported defect.
You have reported a defect, right? So all of these things, if you work as a manual tester, this is the key activities the manual tester does. They write test cases, they execute test cases when necessary, they write defects. Okay, so hopefully you are clear about this, right?
Yes.
Does anyone has any question on this? Anyone else has any question? Naved and Nahid bhai, are we good?
Yes.
Nahid bhai, can you hear me? Are you there, Nahid bhai? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what about you? Nahid bhai, what about you?
I'm fine on this ALM. Just only one question আমার ছিল যেটা ও যে assign করা, if sub report to assign or group.
So if you remember that we have discussed these features, I think. So if you do this, let me. If you have to assign test in this one, in this test version, let's say that if you come to the test tab again, Nipa,
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, test tab again, and then let's say that select 3 or 4 test case. or let's say select three test case, and then can you see more? Click on that more. Okay, assign to hold on, assign to application module, show Prisma coverage, export to step Excel, export to Excel, follow assign to application module. So we can assign this to an application module and send by email. Hold on. Okay, so here, one second, I'm trying to see like if there is a, if you click runs release, runs milestone, runs environment, tags, right? Tags pipelines. If you click on that, can you see that plus tags on the right hand side? There is a plus button and tags on the right hand side. Yeah, because go down, keep going down. Yeah, can you see tags? Click on plus. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so here if you type, let's say that if you type guest, 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 and search tags, go there again. Yeah, click on that search.
No result found.
Okay, let's do this. Let's can you type my email ZHT2080
EHT
2080 @gmail.com. Search it.
It says no result found.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so preview plus. Okay, so if we okay, can you see plan run? Can you click on that plan run tab? Yeah, plan run. Okay, here assign to, can you see in the assign to tab? Let's say, yeah, let's say guest user Nahid NS. Yeah, and then run name, let's say regression run, give a name, regression run. And then can you see sprint? Put a sprint, sprint 1. And then environment QA, click on plan. Yeah, QA, that's fine, QA is fine. And click on plan. Okay, so Nahid bhai, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so here if you go to login and if you go to your task, can you see if these tasks are available? Actually, if you would share now, I want to see like if you have received any notification in your task.
I think it goes to the email. It's not
You might get an email also. You will get a notification here. If you log in, there is a, you can view your task. You will be able to see it here as well. Will you be able to share, Nahid bhai?
yes. I mean, let's see.
Okay.
Because my kids, they are making noise. That's why I'm not. I put it at my attention.
Sure. Are you able to log in? Nahid bhai there?
I'm getting back within 2 minutes. My kids.
Oh, okay. So in this case, that's fine.
I'm just opening just in case.
Okay. So guys, while he is opening this, right, let's take a 5-minute break. Is that okay with you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's take a 5-minute break. We did a few things while he's ready. So we'll be back in 12:05, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Now let's do this. So if you go to your, have you received any notification?
I don't see actually. When I don't see in them an email also. Nothing.
Okay, let's go to the ALM portal. And then can you see besides that settings?
What's the children basically over there?
Not particularly here. You can see your task, right? So to do that, first of all, go to your overview, test overview, quality overview. Okay, and here actually not this. Let's do this, Nahid bhai. Can you see there is a message yellow beside on the top right? Can you see there is a, yeah, click on this my work, right? So here can you see the probably my work, guest user registration regression run. Can you see this regression run? This is assigned to you. Go back one step. This 3 test case, right? This 3 test case, 5005, 5004, 5000, this is assigned to you. You will have to run it. This is your work. You will have to run it. This is the latest assignment, right? Remember the latest assignment that we have. You have to run it here.
You click on details.
So
this is. I can see anything from this. I can.
Okay. So if you see the
I can just plan. I think just
plan, and can you see run button here on the right hand side? Can you see run button on the right hand side? On the right hand side, after the dismiss here, click on this run.
Now I can run it.
Yeah, so that's like, also we can see here that work can be assigned. Let's say if you have 100 test case, right? If you have 4 testers in your team, you can assign 25 test cases to a particular tester, another 25 test cases to another particular tester, right? Like this you can assign work, divide work. When you have a sprint, right, you can say, when you plan, you can say, okay, from this date to this date, this tester execute these few test cases. From this date to this date, this tester execute these test cases. Does it make sense, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so other than that, is there any further question that we need to, like, as I said, this tool is going to be expired in terms of our trial version, right? This tool is going to be expired in a week.
So I already saw all these things. Couple things I need to ask you. What is the task of the author?
So this requirements, again, this requirement backlog, team backlog, this is not our tab.
Yeah.
Our tab is the quality tab.
Like PA and
yeah, this the requirement, all of this team backlog, these features, there will be specific people to take care of that. But if you look at these requirements, right, requirements author, you click on author. Let's see what we see in the author.
I see a couple of pages on it.
Yeah,
Then
so
to write.
we do not have anything here because we didn't have set up anything here. So author could be the requirement who writes requirement. Those guys will be here. They will be appeared as author. But this requirement tabs, team backlog, there will be specific people designated to take care of this issue. And when we go to our quality tab, we will see that when we are writing test cases, right, we will be able to associate test cases with backlogs. We will be able to see all of the features there. See this in our case, right, we have already assigned test cases. We have already added people to the team. We have already assigned their responsibility. Normally in the testing tool you will not have all of this access to do this. This is a trial version.
But the backlog or user history, they're gonna already they're gonna send to you, or you have to go to that option to see the backlog.
You'll have to go to the option. If you go to the backlog tab, you will be able to see all of the backlog. And on top of that, when you are writing test cases, you will be able to associate backlogs with your test cases.
The epics and other things, I think you features you don't see, but
Yeah.
user history backlogs you can see.
But one thing here, right? Let me send you this link. Give me a second. So what is like this? What is the definition of this terminology, right? You keep this link. I put it in the chat, right? It will be helpful if you read this blog. There are few things that we have there. Okay, so
This is
you can click on that link. Here you will see like few of the, if you have any question, any further question, you will be able to write, okay, if you have, okay, what is author in ALM Octane, you will be able to get this answer by, there are a lot of help available. This is a popular tool. There are a lot of help available. From there you can gather few other information.
thank you.
Keep this link handy, if specifically when you go for a interview. Okay, now any further question on this ALM before I go to another topics, guys?
No, but I think we're good. Thank you.
Okay, very good. So let me stop this recording because this part we specifically did. I think that is the final class on ALM. And in terms of tool, this is the final class in ALM tool, and these recordings are there for your reference in the future. If you have to revisit, right, feel free to go there. Now let me stop recording on this.